Chiefs Kingdom, welcome in. Today we have some breaking injury news around Patrick Mahomes. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. My name is Jackson Durham, and this evening, it is currently Monday, December 15th, we heard from Adam Schefter that Patrick Mahomes underwent successful surgery with Dr. Dan Cooper in the Dallas area to repair his torn ACL, but that something else was discovered during that surgery that I know has almost certainly triggered a ton of concern throughout the Chiefs Kingdom. So we're here to break it down. Patrick Mahomes also has a torn LCL. So Adam Schefter with the initial report, he said, per the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes underwent surgery in Dallas this evening with Dr. Dan Cooper, who we're going to talk about in a little bit, and why Patrick Mahomes chose to have this surgery as quickly as he did, because I think it's important to discuss. But anyway, with Dr. Dan Cooper to repair the tear in his left ACL. Mahomes will immediately begin his rehab process. That's great news. Nate Taylor followed up, though, with I can confirm that Dr. Daniel Cooper also repaired the torn LCL in Patrick Mahomes' left knee per a league source. There have been multiple other confirmations that during the surgery, the LCL tear was discovered by Dr. Dan Cooper and quickly repaired. So first, spam DC in the comments. Huge shout out to Dr. Dan Cooper for taking care of our man, number 15, getting him fixed up. Because overall, we're going to talk about the LCL tear and what that means. But I need you guys to know the number one takeaway here is this is good news for the Chiefs. We talked about the good news earlier with the ACL just being torn. This successful repair, this successful surgery, the fact that Mahomes is immediately beginning the rehab process, it is good news despite the LCL tear, which we will discuss. But first, let's back up. Because earlier today, I told you guys Mahomes didn't have any other tears, and I was focused entirely on the MCL and the PCL, as was Andy Reid when he spoke to us in his press conference. He said very specifically, the MCL and the PCL are intact, and that we ran with that. I said there weren't other tears, and that ultimately ended up being incorrect. So my apologies for saying that there were not other tears, because ultimately the LCL is torn. But there is a reason why the LCL was not front of mind in the way the MCL and the PCL were for me, or for especially Andy Reid and for the rest of the Chiefs. And we're going to talk about that. But first I want to let you guys know why Patrick Mahomes decided to have this surgery now. Why he chose to do it so quickly, why he came down to Dallas to do it with Dr. Dan Cooper, who, if you're not familiar with Dr. Dan Cooper, is the name in sports medicine, especially with knee injuries. He is the number one, I believe, orthoscopic surgeon in the sports medicine field, the go-to guy for NFL teams. He is top of the line as top of the line gets. So he came to the best in the business here in Dallas, where the Chat Sports offices are located, to get this surgery done. And he did it as fast as humanly possible. Why? Because I want you to think about this quote from Andy Reid on Patrick Mahomes' mindset right now. He says, I've had a good visit with him a couple different times. He's in a good place. He always feels like he's letting people down, but then he comes back and he's ready for the challenge ahead. I want you guys to think about the mindset that Mahomes is in right now, of feeling like he has let his teammates down, his brothers on the field down, the fans down. Chiefs aren't going to go to the playoffs for the first time under his watch, not going to go to the AFC Championship for the first time under his watch. I know that bothers him. I know it bothers him to be sitting in a hospital right now, or sitting at home in bed right now, recovering, wherever he is. He is going to attack this recovery. And his mindset is clearly 100% focused on recovery. You don't go down to the best orthoscopic surgeon in the entire country as fast as humanly possible to get the surgery done as quickly as you can, to start your rehab as quickly as you can, if you are not focused on attacking your recovery. There is no sense of wait around with Patrick Mahomes. And of course, there was never going to be. He's Patrick frickin' Mahomes, man. This is exactly what we should have all expected. There's no surprise here with Mahomes. But it's just impressive, considering what he went through just a few days ago, that he's already ready to undergo a difficult surgery and then start a difficult rehab process. Our thoughts are with Patrick Mahomes. Our thoughts are 100% with him. And our thoughts are also with our families right now during the holiday season as the holidays come up. And the number one thing that I think of during the holidays outside of my family is food. And the best food for the holiday season is Omaha Steaks. Whether you're giving it as a gift, the steaks, the burgers, the jumbo franks, they make phenomenal gifts, guys. I've already told you guys, and I still hope they're not checking out these videos. Brother and sister-in-law, future brother and sister-in-law, Omaha Steaks on the way in the white elephant that we're doing this year for Christmas. And I know they're going to, or not white elephant, Secret Santa that we're doing this year for Christmas. Excuse me, entirely different thing that we're doing this year for Christmas. And I know they're going to be thrilled with them because, guys, Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. And I have got an exclusive deal just for the Chiefs reviewers. The Kingdom is going to get an extra $35 off with promo code Chiefs at checkout. So save big on unforgettable gifts with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide, and for an extra 20% off select favorites during their Sizzle All the Way sale. Use promo code Chiefs at checkout to save an extra $35 off. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code Chiefs at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Link in description and pinned comment. Always, big shout out to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring the videos. We massively appreciate their support. And if you do go check them out, use promo code Chiefs to save $35 at checkout and support the channel. So let's talk about something I brought up briefly. Why wasn't the LCL tear brought up by Andy Reid or by me initially? It is because the LCL tear is not going to negatively contribute to Mahomes' recovery timeline. He'll be able to recover from that in the exact same time frame or shorter than the ACL. MCL and PCL tend to add a secondary surgery. They are difficult to fix in one surgery. There typically needs to be and I'm not a doctor, so if I'm explaining this incorrectly, please correct me in the comments. But there typically needs to be a first cleanup surgery, as I understand it, for that knee when you have an ACL and an MCL or PCL tear, whereas an LCL and an ACL can be fixed in one simultaneous surgery, which just allows you to attack that rehab process faster. Just allows you to get back on your feet a little bit faster. And with Patrick Mahomes, and with the timeline that we have, every week, every day is massive for his recovery. Every day that he is able to attack is huge. And think about it, he's already on the road to recovery. He got through surgery. Surgery is the toughest part. It's over. Outside of the injury itself, surgery is the toughest part. All uphill from here in a lot of ways until we're back. It's a tough road, but surgery is the toughest part. So, I said all up. It's all downhill from here with physical therapy. He got through surgery. That is enormous for Patrick Mahomes. So what is the recovery timeline? What is the recovery timeline for Mahomes now that he can begin his physical therapy process? According to Adam Schefter, typical recovery for an injury like this is about 9 months, which would put him at September 15th from today. And guys, that is enormous, enormous news. Because, A, let's just say that Patrick Mahomes is, and I know you guys are going to balk at this, a typical guy who goes through a typical recovery process. And then he's back on September 15th of 2026. That's week 2. He might play in week 2. He might only miss week 1. In that world. In the world where we're establishing Patrick Mahomes as a typical guy who does things in a typical way that other people do. But we all know Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. We just talked about it earlier, how much he's going to attack this rehab, the type of guy that he is, the type of competitor that he is, how disappointed he is right now, and how eager he is to get out there and prove people wrong. And the first step on that is his recovery. So that's what needs to get attacked first before you can attack every other team in the NFL, which, believe me, the revenge tour is coming next season, Chiefs fans. It is. I know it is. We're going to talk about the perfect offseason to get it done. That is another reason to subscribe, how we can attack the draft, how we can attack free agency, how we can get rid of some problematic individuals in the clubhouse right now that are not helping us win, some addition by subtraction, as my old swim coach used to say. But all of that is coming in our Chiefs off-season content. So make sure you subscribe because you're not going to want to miss a thing. And again, Mahomes is not a typical guy. Mahomes is going to attack this recovery process. I don't think it is outside of the realm of possibility that he is 2-3 weeks ahead of what you typically expect. And hell, that has him ready to go for the preseason. Knowing Andy Reid, he might throw him out there in preseason week 3. I'm joking. I hope I'm joking. Don't do that, Andy. But there is a serious chance that Patrick Mahomes is ready to go before the start of next season. Something that less than 24 hours ago would have been unthinkable. Wow. We've come a long way. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough 24-hour period for Chiefs fans. Getting eliminated from the playoffs. It's a little longer than 24 hours. 36 hours. We'll go 36-hour period for Chiefs fans. Got eliminated from the playoffs by the Chargers. Mahomes tore his ACL. But finally, some good news coming our direction today. Only the ACL and the LCL are torn. Both have been repaired by Dan Cooper. Shout out Dan Cooper. Spam those DCs in the comments. I better see a ton of DCs in the comments. We better be showing love to Dr. Dan Cooper in those comments. I know I will be. And we're on the road to recovery. It's great news for Kansas City. It's great news for Patrick Mahomes. And I'm excited to be able to share it with you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. If there's more updates on Mahomes, we'll get into them. But we might finally get into that first-round draft targets video. I'm excited to talk first-round draft targets, guys that can help this Chiefs team get back on track tomorrow with you guys. So I will see you then. Until then, let's go Kansas City Chiefs.